Hey folks, since our last get together I have worked on the graphics settings so we don't have quite so much jerkiness and bumpiness on the ground before takeoff and after landing. So we'll see if that helps at all. Meanwhile, what are we getting here? Deleted files are removed everywhere. Yes, I recently cleaned out my OneDrive. I don't even use storage on the cloud, and somehow my storage on the cloud always gets full. So on the rare occasions I want to store something, I never have room. And of course, they always prompt me to buy more room, but I do it so infrequently that I just, as soon as I use the cloud for anything, I routinely empty it out. Okay, so let's set up our flight. We are flying in the new fly-by-wire A320 LEAP aircraft, so I don't have much of a choice as to what do I want to do here? I want to get out of this. Let's see what that does. Okay, that's windowed. I'm not sure if I like windowed, but for right now, that's fine. We want to go from CYLE Is that really what we wanted? I'm sorry, CYXE. Got to be able to spell. Saskatoon. That's it. Oh, why did it disappear? There we go. Let's zoom. Give ourselves a good gate. Maybe one out here on the end or close to the end. Set that as the departure. And flight conditions. Live traffic, live weather. That's fine. Looks like it might be a little overcast. That's okay. And let's fly. Maybe we'll get our air traffic control program fired up here as well. You folks who've flown with me before know that it's pilot to ATC. I did a little tweaking to see if I could add in a virtual first officer, not only in our checklist as we've been doing, but also visually with an add-on called Copilot from flightsim.to. Pushback Express is our ground crew and most importantly our pushback. You folks have flown with me before, you know I like that program. And the other one I also like by FS2 Crew is the A320 Flight Crew, which gives me a virtual first officer, helps me run some checklists. This is the stable version of the standalone aircraft. And because it is the standalone aircraft, I don't have any liveries for it. So it's going to be pretty default. I'm not liking our sound. Let's do something about the sound. There we go. Much better. This is Payware Airport. I'm going to disable the, let's take a look around the airport a little bit. That's kind of nice. I'm going to pause the TrackIR here just a little bit. And let's go to General, Miscellaneous. No, that's not it. Let's go back. Go back. Assistance. Navigation. Notification. User experience. ATC voices. ATC voices off. Okay. Apply and save. Resume. Here we are. Live time. So it's 6 a.m. here in Minnesota. It's probably 4 a.m. in Kelowna. I'm sorry, 5 a.m. in Saskatoon. Mountain Time Zone. That jet bridge is looking not positioned at the best. And I've had issues with Payware airports before, having jet bridges in a bad position. That's a very interesting Black Hawk helicopter there on our left-hand side. This jet bridge is in-op, and I've had that happen before where Payware airports will have inoperative jet bridges. Not going to worry about it today. Let's climb aboard as if there were a jet bridge. See if we have a virtual first officer. And we don't. Okay, well, whatever steps I took to make that happen did not go through. That's okay. We're not striking too well right off the bat. Oh my goodness. Our virtual cabin attendant will take care of things in the back. Meanwhile, let's take care of things up here in the front. We have external power available. Let's use it. Battery 1 on. Battery 2 on. Turn on that external power. Turn the rheostat to give us some integrity lights. Arm the emergency exits. No smoking sign on. Seatbelt sign on. Nav lights on. Wing lights on. Let's do a fire test on the APU. Going to unpause my TrackIR. Pause. That test is okay. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that. smoke test in the cargo area. ADIR System 1 to nav. ADIR System 2 to nav. ADIR System 3 to nav. Temperature dials are in the mid-range. That's okay for now. Let's go downstairs and work on our flight management computer. Updated AIRAC cycle is current. LEAP 1A engines on our A320 aircraft, that is correct. We will initialize our request from our filed flight plan on SimBrief, and there it is, Saskatoon to Kelowna. We somehow don't have a flight number in there. Not gonna worry about that too much. Give ourselves a higher cost index, get there a little faster, but not quite as efficiently. Let's page over to the next page. We will grab our zero fuel weight and our zero fuel center of gravity. $4.7 may not be our fuel. Let's go back to the McDo menu, our ATSU menu, our company menu, our weight and balance, block fuel, 65.79. I thought that number looked a little low. So let's load that fuel aboard. Let's go to page 2, and very high passenger count today. There's our zero fuel weight, zero center of gravity. Let's load those numbers. Let's go back to our performance page. I'm sorry, go back to our initialization page. Page number 2. That is updated now. So that is correct. Performance page. We have a flap setting of 1 with a stabilizer configuration setting of down 0.0. Flex temp today is 56 degrees. It's an artificial temperature to make the engines run a little less efficiently. Helps out noise abatement and it extends engine life. There's our transition altitude of 18,000 feet here in North America, and we'll let the aircraft calculate our V-speeds, V2, V-rotate, and V1. Performance is correct. Let's get to our flight plan page. Let's connect our air traffic control program. Taking a little time to figure out where in the world we are. Need to file a flight plan, and to do that I need to tell air traffic control where we're going. So let's do that. Okay, Saskatoon, runway 9, direct CYXE, OVATA, Borix, Rob T, Norip, and then the Norip-for arrival for runway 16 at CYLW. Let's import that in. And thinking, it's chewing on it, chewing on it. Here's what it looks like. So, runway 27, what I want to do is to well, we have an arrival, which is the Norip-for arrival, runway 16, and we're going to force the runway 16 on the Norip-for, and the transition will be Norip. Oh, Rob T. Okay, well, Rob T is fine. It's on our route. There it is, and we'll load it in. And then for our departure, there is no SID, but we want to force runway 9. Let's just take a look at what the available departures are. Okay, well, we haven't planned for a departure, so we won't use one, but we'll load that in. Let's validate that flight plan, file that flight plan. I'm going to kick up our planned altitude to flight level 360. I have to refile and refile. Okay. And we will push that ATC program off to another screen. So, CYXE, departure, runway 9, none, insert. And we'll page down. When we get to Kelowna, our arrival on runway ILS to runway 16. And we're on the Norip-for. Transition ROBT. I don't see ROBT there. You folks who flew with me to Spokane, you know I had some major problems getting a nice straight direct route in. Let's see what this looks like. We'll go to, well, let's turn up some of these lights here. Kind of dark in here. We'll go to plan and kick out the range a little bit. Okay, looks like we're going to loop around to the north and then approach from the north to the south. So it's maybe not the absolute most direct, but it's certainly flyable. That's what we'll do. Let's get our clearance. Saskatoon ground, American 4 tree, ready to copy. Speed brakes armed, progressive wind shear system on, brakes to maximum, flight directors on, flight director constraints on, and we are ready to run a checklist. Let's fire up the APU. We've already done an APU fire test. Now we'll do an engine fire test. Engine 2 okay. I'm sorry, engine 1 okay. Engine 2 okay. Turn on the fuel pumps. Get the crew oxygen supply turned on. APU master switch. 1, 2, 3. APU start and APU bleed. Let's also get the beacon light on. Let folks outside know that activity is happening. we have an APU. It's available. Go off of external power. Let's check in with the ground crew. Oh, what's going on here? Why are the engines starting? My goodness. I don't remember starting the engines. Does anybody remember starting the engines? Oh, are the engines on? The engines are not on. I wonder why I got that warning. Turn off and shut off engines. What is happening? I don't know what is happening. The engines are not on. Well, I do not know what is happening, and I don't like that irritating noise, so we're going to scrap this whole thing. And let's try again. Appreciate your patience with me. All we want to do is fly from Saskatoon to Kelowna. just for fun, I like my virtual first officer not only in functionality through the A320 Crew program, but I also like her to be visible to me. So instead of using the new A320 fly-by-wire standalone aircraft, I think this flight I'm going to use the last of the A320 modifications to the default aircraft. And I believe in that one, I do have my visual first officer. Doesn't quite have all the bells and whistles of the standalone, but it'll certainly get us there. Taking a little while to load. They say that patience is a virtue. This morning I'm not very virtuous. Good morning, Sally. Oh, Sally is my cat. She's come up to join me. Okay, let's change aircraft. Instead of the fly-by-wire simulations 320, we'll go to the Airbus 320 here. And the good news about this is that I do have some liveries for this aircraft. So let's change liveries into something a little more appropriate for Western Canada. How about Air Canada? Well, I don't think this is going to... why our flight conditions have changed quite a bit. Oh, we probably haven't selected our airport. That's why. Was it CYXE, if I remember correctly? Saskatoon. Yep, still dark and cloudy. And we want to zoom in, give ourselves a gate. That gate we were at before wasn't too bad. Although the jet bridge didn't work, so let's try another gate. Maybe we'll get the jet bridge to work at a different gate. I'm not optimistic about that. Runway 9 is the longer. So runway 9 is good. Glad we forced that. Pushback Express, and A320 Flight Crew. Just a twinge of red in the sky. Red in the morning, sailors take warning. Is that the old saying? Let's see if that jet bridge will work. Doesn't look like it's in a good position. Nope, no jet bridge. They're strictly decorative. That control tower is not very detailed either. As far as payware airports go, I mean, it does say the word Saskatoon there, which I guess is better than default, but I'm not monstrously impressed with this payware airport. Let's see if we have a first officer. There she is. She looks very professional. Only problem is, no matter how much I ask her, she will not buckle up. She just does not. She refuses to put on her seatbelt. Oh well. Thrust detents look good. Landing gear handle is down. Parking brake is on. We have external power, battery 1. Battery 2. Let's take advantage of that external power. We'll do a fire test on the APU. If I can get to the APU. Wonder why. Wait a second. This is not what I like. This is not. This is the real default. Oh, this is not. I'm not happy with this. This is not the last fly-by-wire default. This is the real default. No, this is unsatisfactory. This won't work at all. Well, folks, I'm going to end the stream because I'm going to research this. My plan was to never fly the actual real default Airbus again. So thank you for joining me today, and when we get a chance to fly as I'd like to, I'll be back.